from the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemcoff.
If you believe the human performance, with its nuance and expressive abilities, can eventually be replaced and/or replicated by technology, and done well enough to be accepted by enough of the general public to be widely commercially viable, then you're more divorced from reality than Elon Musk on the day he bought Twitter. If you're not convinced VO artists are headed to the endangered species list, contemplate the history of drum machines. Electric percussive rhythm devices, musical ones, not the ones hidden in your bedside nightstand drawer, were actually developed 9 decades ago in the 1930s by the legendary Leo Theremin. He of the eponymous electronic instrument that is not only a 50s sci-fi movie soundtrack staple, but the most famous ridiculous musical instrument since the bagpipes. That is, if you call the bagpipes an instrument rather than a form of sonic waterboarding. But I digress. Fast forward to 1959, 6.5 decades ago, the Wurlitzer Sideman was born, which used singular percussive sounds generated electronically from a primitive circuit board. Now, even the name, Sideman, implies Wurlitzer realized the device was replacing the job of a musician, or technically, let's be honest, not a musician, but a drummer. But to its credit, much like most drummers, the Wurlitzer Sideman never finished high school, and at least the Wurlitzer Sideman never derailed a band practice by turning to the other members and asking, "Hey, can we try one of my songs?" You know, Robin Gibb of the Bee Gees actually released the first single with a drum machine. It was called Saved by the Bell in 1969, and it charted. And not only charted, but was certified gold, despite having a rhythm track that sounds more robotic and stiff than the Iron Giant on Viagra. The point is, the record sold. People didn't care then, and they don't care today, if the track has a drum machine. And sure, drum machines are in the background, buried in a mix, not up front like a voiceover, you say. So, where is the AI-VO encroachment point, the demarcation line? Where does the dam break? Contemplate the creation of sound design elements like background conversation, aka Walla, or simple lines delivered by uncredited characters off camera, someone telling a main character, "Your food is ready," or "This butt plug is on back order." And it's not that thing where James Earl Jones retired from doing the Darth Vader voice, ceding all future usage of that voice to an AI that will replicate it under license. Now, I see the petri dish elsewhere. I look at this super simple show for little kids, Cocomelon, right? Simple characters, simple dialogue. Tell me that couldn't be done by AI. Will 2-year-olds notice or even care? Or is this the Mrs. O'Leary cow moment for AI-VO? Now, how about kids who grow up with AI-created voices, where it's normalized? Imagine how much greater their acceptance of it will be. 30 years ago when I graduated from Berkeley, nobody knew what auto-tune was. 20 years ago, we all said it was a gimmick. And 10 years ago, we said it was a gimmick. Personally, I think it sounds like Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey having a grand mal seizure, but hate on it all you want. Auto-tune is everywhere, and it's here to stay. And truth is, younger music fans love that sound. So who's to say that today's younger generations won't accept AI-VO with its quirks? They may even embrace the sound of AI voices. And then what happens? If you're saying AI voices don't sound realistic enough today, you're not asking the right question. What will they sound like in 10 years? In 5 years? Next year? Maybe the dam isn't broken yet, but there are some major cracks in the facade, and trying to unring that bell would be like the coyote trying to stop the roadrunner by dropping an anvil on his head. But on the bright side, you can look forward to all the poetry majors that you'll meet at the future job fairs you'll be forced to attend. Someday, I know my voiceover career will end. And all I hope is that the day it does won't happen for at least another 10 years. And it'll be my choice when it does, and not because of some AI or a plate of bad clams. You're listening to my 1979, my DIY U87. Going through the MT48. This is Mark Yoshimoto Nemcoff. Or is it fading to black?